Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So we're going to talk about healing. We're going to talk about raid healing. You can heal in dungeons, you can heal in whatever, even PvP. It happens in PvP too. All these concepts of being a better raid healer will help you in all these aspects. Now, in today's video, we're not talking about certain classes. You could be a priest, you could be a monk, a shaman, a druid, you could be whatever you want as a healer. It's up to you. But are these guidelines should stick with you throughout your raiding experience as a healer. Now, I've healed as a healer a lot, and it is a lot of fun, but it's also one of the most important jobs that you can actually do. And the reason I say that is I've tanked, I've DPS'd, and I've also healed. As a healer, we're making split-second decisions all the time. As a tank, sometimes you have to taunt, sometimes you have to make sure you're using your cooldowns. There's certain things that you can do. Sometimes you'll make those split-second decisions that will help the raid. Cool. As a DPS, same thing. Sometimes you're going to need, alright, well, I better swap this, I better go do this, I better CC this guy, he's about to kill a healer. Whatever it is, sometimes the DPS are making split-second decisions also. But as a healer, you're always making them. Every spell that you cast should have a purpose. Because we really don't have a healing rotation. There's not a healing rotation for a majority of the healers out there. It's more of a priority system and reaction. It's all about your reaction time. If you have, let's say, a 10-man group, 5 people are taking damage, and you heal someone that's full health, well, it's not helping in the raid, right? You're just over-healing and you're doing that stuff that's not helping. So it's all about getting your reaction time and getting your split-second decisions right on. So healing is really important. Now, that being said, let's talk about some stuff that will help you, that you can sit there and benefit to becoming a better raid healer. First thing that you want to know is you want to know about your class. It sounds pretty simple, but you want to know everything about your class. You want to play this one healer over and over and over and know exactly the ins and outs because you want to be comfortable in any situation possible. Now, as a druid, I know that I have some AoE spells. I know I can pop them when I need to. I know I have some cooldowns that I can pop. I know that I have some blanket heals, which are health over times. I know when certain things are going to happen, so I can pre-anticipate that so I can help the raid out while I'm healing. There's a lot of stuff that I can do as a druid to help the team out. And that's the biggest thing, being a team player. So, first step, know your class, okay? Pretty simple, pretty easy. There's a lot of guides out there that you can look at whatever you guys are playing and figure that out. Second thing, be comfortable in the raid that you're doing. The raid environment is what's going to wipe you. That's what's going to kill you. Encounters are designed for certain aspects of the fight for certain specs. Okay, so there's certain things that the tanks have to do. There's certain things that the healers have to do. There's certain things that the DPS have to do at certain times to make sure this encounter runs smooth and you're able to kill the boss. Now, as a healer, I need to know every single bit about this encounter because I need to be as comfortable that I can. I can't be panicking when I'm making all these split-second decisions. So let's say I'm here and I know in 10 seconds that there's going to be a massive AoE damage. Well, as a druid, I can pop some rejuvenates on some people. I can have my mushroom down. I can have my wild growth out. I can anticipate that instead of all of a sudden, boom, heavy damage hits. I didn't expect it. Now I'm 3 seconds behind trying to cast these to try to catch up. It's not going to work that way. It's going to make the encounter a lot harder. So just by knowing the fight, reading the fight, doing the fight consistently, you're not going to one-shot every boss, especially when you're raiding. You're going to go in there, you're going to have problems, you might die, you might wipe, figure out why, figure out what you could have done better. Pretty easy. Know the encounter. Let's go into step number 3. Understand the role that you have in your guild, okay? And I don't mean, well, I'm an officer, or I'm ranked this. No, as a healer, know what your role is. Know when your cooldown should be popped. Don't be just casting your cooldowns Oh, well, there's a lot of damage. Let me pop my cooldowns. Well, wait, I popped my cooldowns too. So did I. So now you have all your healers popping their cooldowns on the same exact time. It's going to be a lot harder for you. So make sure that you guys know what your role is in the guild. Talk to your other healers. Talk to the healer. Be like, hey, so on this first step, there's a lot of heavy AoE damage done here. Do you want to pop a cooldown or do you want me to pop a cooldown? Discuss it. You figure it out. The next big damage AoE spell that the boss does. Okay, well, I'll take that. So then we'll just continue to rotate and swap and you'll be good to go. Just by doing that simple step is going to make your raid run so much smoother. Just a little communication. Now let's dig into deeper into this, your role within your guild or role within your team. Knowing exactly how your other healers are healing can help you out tremendously. Now, as a druid, I apologize I'm not in any other class, but as a druid, I understand that I'm more of a support healing class. I want to keep my hots up to make sure that when heavy AoE damage comes, my hots are ticking. So it's helping maybe my paladins out, my shamans, my monks, my priests, whatever class that has a big burst. I don't want them to be trying to scramble and heal everybody up when they're 50%. I'd rather my hots be ticking and maybe get them up to 60, 70, so they're not having to spam so much. Because sometimes you don't need a spam heal. Sometimes maybe that little hot will be enough. So make sure to know your role and understand when you should be healing and when you shouldn't be healing. It's kind of funny to talk about, but let me say this. Our shaman healer in our guild, whenever we are rolling with our paladin, the paladin healer is doing majority of the heals in the beginning of the fight. The paladin healer, we have a paladin, a druid, and a shaman. Now with the druid and the paladin, the shaman's really not doing anything because there's so much overhealing going on. But then, all of a sudden, here comes some more damage. The shaman starts healing a little bit more. Everything balances out. Everything's fine. And the heals are pretty much the same. So when you're looking at certain encounters and you're like, man, I can't do as much healing as this guy in the first minute of the fight. Why is that? Some classes are designed differently. So there's 3 tips that you guys can take with your raiding experience that might help you guys out. They're pretty simple and they're pretty standard, but they'll help you out so much if you just understand them. Work with them, figure it out. You might be one healer, but if you're healing in a raid environment, you're not the only person. It's all about a team effort. Topping charts is cool, but as long as the raid doesn't die, everybody gets loot. Alright guys, hopefully this helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to subscribe. Check out my channel. I have a few more videos on my channel that you guys can look at. And I think that's about it. Have fun. Good luck on your healing.